Hello everyone, welcome to Sam Ielts YouTube channel. How are you all? I hope that you're all super fine and seriously preparing for your English exam. Well, Sam Ielts is helping hundreds and hundreds of students to clear the IELTS in the first attempt itself. IELTS is the International English Language Test System, and if you really want to go and settle down in abroad, either in Canada or in Australia, IELTS is the mandatory exam that you need to clear. Without further delay, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is all about IELTS Expected Questions Speaking Part 1 2023. So, these are all the expected predicted questions. So, if you really prepare answer for this, you are having the probable chance of getting these questions in the IELTS speaking exam. Without further delay, let's get into today's topic. First topic is names. Does your name have any special meaning? How would you choose name for the next generation? Are there any difference between how the children name in your country now and the past? Does anyone in your family have the same name as you? See, in this topic, the topic is all about the names. So, in general, you need to use some techniques, which is actually called as the comparison technique, explanation technique, or giving some references, which means the examples from the past scenario. Whenever the question is asked in the past tense or in the future tense, you may have the chance of explaining your answers either in the comparison mode, which means you can compare the past and the present or present and the future. However, if they ask you to refer something, you can actually use the example scenario that would be more helpful. Let me explain this with an example. For example, the question asks this: are there any difference between how the children name in your country now and the past? See, listen to the question carefully. So, now and the past, which means they are asking you to compare. So, easily you can use the comparison method. Well, in my country, over a decade ago, the children name are entirely different because they usually refer to the parents or the grandparents, whomever in the heredity, and they will keep the remembrance name. Clear? So the thing is that I am just actually referring the past tense. So I am telling that the grandparents or great grandparents name will be actually replicated to the children name. However, for example, let you listen to this question. Are there any difference between how the children name in your country now and in the past? Listen to this question carefully. There are two parts in this question. One thing is called as the how the children are named now. This is part number 1, and how the children were named, which is in the past tense. So, you can easily use the comparison method. Well, in my opinion, I feel that in my country, the children were named in the remembrance of the grandfather or great-grandfather, sometimes like the people who are actually popular in the family. Whereas, however, now the entire scenario changed. The parents want fancy names for their children. They actually go and refer in the internet and fetch some beautiful names with the meanings, and that's what's happening right now. So the scenario has entirely changed upside down. They don't want any great grandparents' name. Instead, they want only the fancy names for their children. If you listen and observe to this question carefully, I am actually referring to the past and the present, which is the comparison method, and when you use this comparison method, the chances of getting band 8 plus is high. So always try to use this technique when the question demands to compare something. Let me move on to the next question. Does anyone in your family has the same name as you? Well, it's not me, my sister. My sister actually has the same name as my great grandmother. My grandmother is very fond of her mother, so she wanted desperately the name of her mother to my sister, and my mom actually accepted it. So it is the common culture in my family that anybody in my family will actually have the replicate name as their ancestors. Listen to the answer. So, even though I don't have the name, my sister is having the name. I'm just doing the explanation scenario using the reference technique. So you can actually use this technique. Doesn't mean that if you don't have the name, it don't have to explain as a story. Because in the IELTS exam, whatever you explain to the examiner is more important, and they need the story to give you some marks. So, please prepare answers accordingly. Listen to the questions carefully. Please note down the questions, prepare answers. Just leave your answers in the comment section so that I can help you. Clear? Alright, let's move on to the next expected topic, which is actually called as morning time. Do you like getting up early in the morning? What do you usually do in the morning? What did you do in the morning when you were a little? Why? Do you spend your mornings doing the same things both on weekends as well as weekdays? See, this is an interesting question. See, you need to understand in this topic, the question is all about what do you usually do? What do you usually do? Which means you have the chances of explaining the present perfect tense. What do you usually do means what is your routine? When you want to explain your routine, for example, waking up early in the morning, doing some yoga and doing some meditation practice, or working out for the gym, whatever it may be, but if you're doing it again and again, you have the chance to explore your ideas using the present perfect tense. That would actually fetch you more marks. Are you clear with this? Please note down this very carefully. When you want to explain a routine, use present perfect tense. Clear? Perfect. And the thing is that what did you do in the morning when you were little? Listen to the question carefully. It is in the past tense. So your main idea should be in the past tense. What did you do in the morning when you were little? Well, when I was little, my mom used to wake up at 6:30 in the morning and she asked me to make my bed. And after that, I went a small prayer, and after that I just get ready to school. So the thing is that the main idea should be in the past tense. Please do understand, you have to answer the past tense question in the past tense. After that, you can add on your ideas in the present tense. However, my routine has entirely changed after I grew up, because due to the late night sleeping habit, I cannot wake up early in the morning. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. Clear? So the thing is that you can use the comparison technique. However, your main answer should be in the tense which is really asked. Please note this down very carefully. So I have given two important tips in this particular topic. One topic is that when you are actually asked about any routine, use the present perfect tense. Second thing, when you want to explain any answer, please explain the main thing in the tense which is asked. Never try to change the tense. Clear? Perfect. Let's move on to the next important predicted topic. The next important predicted topic in speaking part 1 is housework and cooking. Do you do some cooking at home now? Do you think your home is clean and tidy? Did you do the same house cleaning when you were young? Do you have breakfast at home every day? See, in this topic, you need to understand again some of the routine questions as asked, as well as one past tense question is there. Did you do the same house cleaning when you were young? Well, I reckon the house chores which I did in my young age was much smaller, and I was more a kind of studious student. I did not involve much of the household works. However, now I have to do each and everything of the household chores at my home. Clear? Again, the comparison technique, but the answer, the main answer is in the past tense. Please note this down very carefully. Never ever try to change the grammar. If you change the grammar, then for sure your mark will be deducted. Clear? Perfect. So this is one of the expected questions in the speaking part 1 2023. Let's move on into the next topic, which is actually called as the hometown. Listen to me, the hometown or the work is the first topic that the examiner will ask you. So you have to be prepared for these 4 questions in the hometown. Where is your hometown? Is that big city or small place? Do you like your hometown? What do you like most about your hometown? See, when the hometown questions is asked, you need to be prepared. Remember, you cannot memorize any answer, but you need to be prepared. Preparation is entirely different. Memorizing the answer is entirely different. When you memorize your answers, the examiner can easily catch you because they can easily analyze your words, your chunk of words, your way of expression, how you are speaking, whether you are speaking instantly or whether you are speaking from your memory, they can actually spot it down very easily. So never ever try to memorize your answer. Instead, try to pick out the chunk of words from the spot answer and then you can actually memorize that. See, the model answers are actually the answers which you can choose but you cannot memorize. Clear? So the thing is that hometown is a very important question, and of course for everybody the hometown is different. So you need to learn the words according to that. For example, if your hometown is a small village, you can actually use the word rural, outskirts of the city. So the greenery, you can actually use the words like that. Serene, picturesque, use these words. Clear? So, if you belong to the urban place, you can actually use urban, slap bang of the city, skyscrapers, metropolitan, use these kind of words. The words are very important, and if you really learn the vocabulary, for sure your mark will be band 8 plus. Are you clear with this? Yes, these are all the expected topics in the speaking part 1. So prepare your answers accordingly. For preparation, you actually use to record your answer and hear your answer. But I would suggest you to hire a mentor so that your answers can be analyzed. And if you have any doubts, you can actually speak to the mentor and they will help you in the examination point of view. Are you clear with this? Perfect. So, if you really aim to clear the IELTS exam in the 2023, please approach www.samielts.in or our team WhatsApp number 9043140844 to book a free demo, and we will be there to help you to understand your strength, weakness, and we will give you the opportunity to clear your fears, and thereby you will achieve band 8 plus in the first attempt itself. What are you waiting for? If you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. And if you really want to clear the IELTS, approach us now. Thank you.